Howdy folks, welcome back to another episode of RNP What's Sold. This is for the 4th week of March 2021. I've got a bunch of sales, so why don't we get straight into it. First of all, this one is actually left over from last week. I put an Instagram post up about this. I was really happy. It's a Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge t-shirt, all over prints, sold for $181 and change. I took a best offer on this one. This one sat for about 18 months or so. I only had about $2.99 into this, and was, like I said, I took a bunch of offers and I rejected them before I got this one. So just so you know, not all concert t-shirts sell for this amount. Most of mine sell between 20 and 30 bucks at most, even if they're well-known people or people just don't pay. So it's not something you find very often. It's something if you do find it, you have to pay up. And so this one was, for me, something pretty rare. All right, next up. Next one up for me is a comic book. I don't really sell many comic books. I don't know much about the genre, but except for the 4 months that I collected comics in 1994. But I didn't really learn anything then. This one was something called Tokyo Pop Cowboy. It's a manga comic book, I believe. It sold for $50 plus shipping, and I only had it for a few weeks, so I only had $3.99 into it. It could have been $2.99. So happy to see this one go. Wasn't graded or anything, and I really don't know anything about it, like I said. So good one for me. Next up is, this is a print. It's not original artwork. H. Hargrove seriograph print, Tom's River train station. It was framed, it was certified, but like I said, it is not, it's a reproduction. It's not the original. Sold for $35.66. This is one you probably would be able to find pretty easily at a thrift store for under $5. I had $2.99 into this one. It's just not a very big piece, but happy to see this one go, as usual. I've had this one for about 2 years. Okay, next up, I bought this t-shirt about 2 weeks ago. It's a medium-sized Harley Quinn Joker Six Flags t-shirt. Only had 99 cents into it, sold for $21.65 out the door, including tax and everything. Okay, this next one was a little weird. I forgot if I put this in the last video or not. I don't believe I did, because this one was pretty, it didn't sell for, it didn't get paid for, excuse me, for a while. It's what I thought was a vintage, what turned out not to be a vintage t-shirt that I had up for $999 for some strange reason. And then I got a message saying, would you take 50 bucks? And I said, sure. And then I looked at the price. I said, oh, wow. Okay. So the guy that got this is really, really happy. He thought he got a mega deal. It actually did have stains on it and stuff that I couldn't get out of the white part of the t-shirt. But I had 99 cents into this. I bought this about 3 months ago, I believe. From the thrift, and sold for $61.53, including tax and shipping. So happy to see that one go, even with the mistake. I'm glad he messaged me because I might have been sitting there forever. All right, next up, I sell a lot of G.I. Joe type stuff. This one is a 12-inch figure. It's vintage, but not super vintage. What I mean by that is from the 90s, 1996. Not complete, but I pick these up whenever I can for under $5, under $3 if possible. This sold for $27.94, including tax and shipping, and it was a cool one. Like I said, I collect a lot of these, and they sell from time to time, but constantly though. All right, next one up. This one, another one that sat forever. Oakland A's satin jacket. It's a swingster, so not a starter or a chalk line, but swingster, another, you know, I want to say 80s, 90s brand. They may have even been around the 70s. I always look at the tags, and that's how you can tell. But a very cool jacket, Oakland A's green satin jacket, sold for $83.67, including tax and shipping. And this one is another one I rejected a bunch of offers, you know, $20, $30, $40 offers, until I got something that was close to what I had it up for. All right, next one up, sell a lot of tank tops, like I said. The weather is getting a little bit warmer. This one sold for $39.48. including tax and shipping. It's brand Neff, which I'm just finding out about now. I'm not sure if it's, to be honest, I haven't done any research on it. I just got a lot. I had 3 or 4 of these types of shirts. So brightly colored, it's warmer weather, these are gonna go. So pick them up if you can get them for under $2 or $3, something like that. Okay, next up, some Lego. This was incomplete. I thought it was complete when I first got it. I checked it in the thrift store. Ended up missing quite a few pieces, actually. So this was a bad mistake. But luckily, somebody purchased it. So $29.68. I disclosed, obviously, that it's missing parts. I took pictures of everything that it did have. And right in the title there, you can see the word incomplete. So hopefully that will suffice. You never know, though. Selling incomplete stuff is a crapshoot because a lot of times people just don't read. So I would not be surprised if I get an email in a couple of days saying, hey, I thought this was complete, blah, blah, blah. So it just goes with the territory. Cross my fingers, hope for the best. All right, next up, this is another Star Wars figure from the same lot that I've been talking about. I just sold I think it was a Lando Calrissian last week. This is Princess Leia. It is with the Bespin gown, but it's not complete. It's missing whatever accessory comes along with it. I don't even know what comes with it. Sold for $84.84, including tax and shipping. I believe this is going overseas. That's why the tax and shipping was quite a bit, actually. But yeah, this one, another one I waited on. I got some $10, $20 offers, which I rejected. So happy with this one. All right. Next up, I've had this for like 3 years. I got a giant lot of Enesco, like bunny rabbit figurines, small ones, large ones, like 50 of them. Like I said, from a thrift store, which I will not name. And it was, like I said, 3 years ago. Got them for 50 cents a piece. They were all listed for either $1.99 or $1 a piece. And I asked them, I said, can I take all of these for a cut rate? And then I said, how about 50 cents a piece? And they said, okay. Usually they would have said more, but I think these are post-Christmas, even though most of them were not Christmas related. So I took them all. This is one of the last ones. I have like 3 or 4 left. Most of them sold. I've even sold just the boxes because some of them I opened up and they were empty. So anyways, this one went for $134.99. It was one of the bigger ones. It's like 3-4 inches square box. I believe it's a bunny rabbit. So if you find these, Enesco makes a lot of different types of ornaments, Christmas related, not Christmas related. Pick them up if they're cheap, but remember this is for a specific buyer, so it will probably sit for a while like this one did. All right, this is another one I took a shot in the dark. I believe I got this for $14.99 about a year and a half ago, from the thrift store. It was a leather vest, and it has like on the front, it has like this, I think it's snake skin or leopard skin, or I don't know what it is, animal skin. I didn't know what it was actually. I put animal skin. And on the back, it has a band name. So I looked it up. There weren't very many comps. I just priced it super high. I think I priced it like $400 or $500. I took an offer for $200 plus shipping. It's probably the first offer I've got. A bunch of watchers, bunch of views, but no offers. And I just took this one, paid right away. So I sent it off. Happy with this one. I believe this is going to Canada. So thank you. All right, next up is just a basic Patagonia T-shirt, nothing much. The only reason I'm pointing this one out is because I got a funny message with it. I have automatic messages that go out to people that do not pay after 48 hours. I don't know what it says. It's eBay standard thing. And then I also have the unpaid buyer cases that start immediately, like the next day, after I think 72 hours. So this person did get the unpaid buyer case, but he got the first email and he was really upset. His email was, he responded when he purchased, he said, I received your multiple email messages I was tied up at work and was unable to respond and pay because I didn't have access to that eBay secret sign-in code at my office, and I had to wait until I returned home. So I kind of, when I printed out the label right before I shipped it out, I just sent a message, oh, thanks, we have automatic messages, which is the truth. They go out after a couple of days of not shipping out something. I didn't say not paying for something because he did eventually pay, so I don't want to poke the bear anymore. Anyways, that one sold for $31.55. It was from the lot from the summer. I had about $1 into it. Patagonia is something like G.I. Joe figures for me. They sell consistently, pretty much every other week or so. Okay, next up is a basic Nike golf Thermofit pullover. It's not really a jacket, it's a pullover jacket type thing, like a half zip, quarter zip thing. $30.31 out the door. I had, I believe, $1.99 into this one. I have so many of these, to be honest. I need to go back and relist a lot of them and adjust the listings, because I listed like 30 of these at one time, and then I'd say maybe 5 or 10 sold, and then the rest are just sitting there because, the listings are kind of older now. So I need to revamp those. Okay, let's try and skip some of the boring ones here and see what is more interesting. Okay, so next up, this is a Katy Perry like all over print T-shirt, nothing fancy. It sold for $52.44, but I want to say more than 25 bucks of that was shipping because it's going internationally. It's got like this E something other number. So I believe it was only about 20 bucks of that was the actual buy cost of the item alone. And it's actually going to a costume person there. I won't say what their exact screen name is, but it's something costumes. So I just thought that was kind of cool. So maybe that's becoming part of a costume. All right, I got a few more here. Next one, this is a WWE Jakks Pacific figure from 2003. It's vintage gray suit. So this is Paul Heyman, manager. And I sell a lot of wrestling figures. 2000s, early 2000s do pretty well for me. The newer ones, like really recent ones, do well for me. And the ones from the 90s, if I can get those, do well for me as well. The ones, so I want to say about 10 years ago, tend to sit. This one sold for $39.17. I got a lot of like about 15 to 20 of these from the mid to early 2000s for about 30 bucks a few months back, maybe 3-4 months back. So this one, yeah, a good sale. All right. Next up is exercise equipment. I'm starting to see more views and offers. This is just a cheap used set of 3-pound dumbbells. Sold for $25.12. It's, let me see, what, 3-pound dumbbells, so 6 pounds. Probably going to go in a padded flat rate or a box. Most likely box it just in case so it doesn't break other stuff. So $25.12. I'm probably betting that exercise equipment, along with obviously exercise clothing, is going to be selling well because the weather's getting warmer. People want to look better and do better outside. So anyways, last up, this one sold just today, actually. This one I've had forever. I've relisted it forever. It's a vintage Bolt Entertainment female bikini jungle girl of Chiodo, 7-inch action figure. I'm still not exactly sure if that's the correct title. I found 1 or 2 that were similar, and this one sold for $112.94, including tax and shipping. I was really happy to see this one go because I've had it for so long. And like I said, I wish I knew more about it. I actually, when I was packaging this one up, found another very similar one, and I thought that they were the same. They're not, but it's not listed though, so that's cool. So I'm going to be listing that one off. So anyways, those are my sales for the last week or so. And I try to obviously get rid of the boring ones. These were hopefully a little bit more interesting for you. If you like what you see, please check out our other What Sold videos. Also, we have a morning show that I do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays called Just List. I do it with my buddy Leroy from Blood, Sweat, and Sell on YouTube. And until the next one, Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Reseller Niche Podcast. Show notes and social media links are located at resellerniche.com. Please comment, rate, and subscribe to us on iTunes or YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.